Hey, Elements members, it's Coach Beth coming at you. It is Senior Fit Day, Tuesday. Welcome. Beautiful day out. Couldn't help but move outside today. So I'm glad you're here. Glad you could join me. Oh, 1 second. I'm telling you, if I push power on, that means the dog is going to want out or in at some point. So here we are. We're ready to roll. We're going to stand with those feet right underneath the hips. Thanks so much again for joining me. I hope you're all well, being safe out there, being smart. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Lifting up and open. Exhale, down and around. Lift up and open. Lift the heart up to the sun and exhale. Oh, he's getting involved now, isn't he? Lift up and open. And down. One more time. Lift. And down. Good. We're going to turn the head side to side a few times and just see where the neck might be tight or not. Let's do 5 more. And 5. And 4. And 4. Here's 3. Slowly 3. 2. 2. And 1. And 1. Awesome. Nod the chin down. Look at the horizon. Chin, horizon. As I nod the chin down, I'm also pulling it back a little bit. Forward. Nod. Straight ahead. Nod. Now on this one, I'm going to pick the chin up. I'm a little tight here. That hurts a little bit, so I'm going to modify that until things get a little more worked out. Up. And down. We want this to be a nice, smooth, pain-free experience with head nodding, especially in the extension right there. 1 more. And extend. Good. Scissoring the arms. 1 high, 1 low. 1 high, 1 low. As I reach the arms up, getting the benefit of a stretch through the side body, but making sure that I'm not popping my ribs forward as I reach. They're going to open to the side to be sure, but keep them here. I'm going to step a little bit wider as I scissor those arms up and down. Remember, you don't have to go all the way up to the top if it hurts your shoulders. Let's do 4 and 4. Look at your horizon. Last one. Right there. Let's hold the right one up. Slide the left hand down the left thigh and side stretch. Bring yourself back up. And then the left arm up and over. Back up. Good. Energize this open side to pull yourself back up. And left, soft elbow, soft wrist, soft hand. Bring yourself back up. 1 more each way to the right. Arm up. Left arm. And up. There we go. Very nice job. Lace those fingers out in front of you. Shoulders are hanging evenly on my back. I'm going to just slide them forward and slide them back. Slide just the shoulder blades forward. It's not a big gesture. I don't want to change the shape of my spine as I reach the arms. And back, forward, back. 1 more, and back. Let's go back to our scissor arms. Scissor arms. This time, face your palms to your phone or whatever device you're watching. Palms open towards me. Hold right high, left low, and pulse back, and back, and back. Pulse back. Doesn't have to be far. But what does need to stay stable is this right here, the rib cage. Don't let it pop. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch positions. Left arm high, right arm low, and let's go back. And back. And pulse. And pulse. Breathe as you work. Work as you breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Roll those shoulders around a little bit. Get a little energy going. let the body twist. There we go. All right, you have a chair, perhaps. Maybe you don't, but if you do, I want you to go to the straight side of your chair, the straight edge, the front. We're gonna make soft fists into the chair seat. Okay, put a pillow down there, or a mat if you need to. We're gonna stretch the hamstrings. So start with straight arms, bend your knees, keep the heels down as you stretch the legs long. Now, we want to keep the spine really correct here. As usual, if you've been in my class, you know that we want to keep the spine correct all the time. Bending and stretching, and bending and stretch. 3 more. Here's 2. And 1. Right there. Now, if you've got a pretty good range and a good stretch here, the legs are almost straight, feel free to approach this from the arms by bending and extending. When you bend those elbows, you should feel more stretch, more length on the backs of the legs. We're going to do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Bend the knees, stand yourself up. Shake those legs out. We're going to step a little bit wider with the feet and then begin our pivot. Pivot the feet. As the hips go around, then the ribs and shoulders, and finally the arms. Breathing. Now think of spiraling up, out through the top of the head. Spiral around. Spiral around. 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Back to the chair. We're going to do a little bit of twist. So, right hand on the chair. It could be a flat hand or a fist again. Whatever kind of range you need. If you are making a flat hand, I suggest that you let the fingertips fall off the back edge of the chair. Okay, or maybe the side edge. Whatever feels right there. Left arm goes out to the side. Soften those knees so that we can keep the hips stable. I do not want the hips to move when we start to lift a little higher. And then bend, round, and reach through. Lift up and open. And reach through. I just felt my legs move a little bit. That's okay if they move a little bit, but we want to keep them pretty stable. And open. Never pushing it to a point of discomfort or pain. Just lift and around and lift and around. So when I come back to reset to the other hand, the back hasn't changed its posture, right? It's still long and strong. Right arm reaches out, reach under and through. Up and open. Exhale through. Up and open. Under and through. That feels really good right there. Exhale through. 1 more. And through. And set. Bend the knees. Stand yourself up. Nice job. All right, we're going to do a little bit of balance work here in the beginning. Let's grab a drink of water before we transition to that. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer now. I may need a jacket here in a second. It's getting a little cloudy. All right, make sure your bottle is out of the way. Okay, so the balance work. Remember, if you have a chair, hold on to the back of the chair while you stand behind it. And I'm just going to challenge my balance without the chair. You're welcome to do the same. What I'm going to do is tap the right toe forward and the left arm comes out in front. Okay, we're just going to repeat that. Tap. Now, this is step 1, right? Tap front, together. Tap front, together. If you want to add a little more challenge to the balance piece, then lift the foot off the floor. Lift the foot off the floor. Let's do 4 more. And 3, stay balanced. 2, and one. Now we're gonna hold it, either toe in front or knee up. And then open and close, woo, that arm. That's enough to throw us off a little bit, right? So keep the chest proud. If you need to get off of that left foot for any moment, go ahead and put that right foot down on the floor, right? That gives us a little bit of a break. 2 and 1. Front and everything down. Going to the other side, balancing on the right leg, left knee, or just toe tap. And then add that arm in. When you feel the body is squared and aligned, you're balanced. Your right foot is really spread out in your shoe. Tap and in, tap and in. Here we go. Up the arm and the knee together. That's optional. You can certainly keep tapping the toe to the floor. Up. 3, 2, you're holding onto your chair as an option too, right? 1 or a wall. Now you're either going to hold the balance or keep the toe on the floor, but let's open the arm for 5 and 4. Whoopsie daisy. Good thing I got that leg there. 3, 2 and 1. Bring everything in and down. That was not as pretty, was it? Okay. So we're going to rotate the left ankle. I want you to come all the way up onto the tippy toes and just start a circle around and back, tippy toes. Come all the way back to those tippy toes every time you finish the circle. Up, out, and around. Up, out, and around. Okay, try to hit every direction and then go reverse. That's up, in and around. In and around. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Let's go to the other side. Start on the tippy toes. And let's go out and around. Circle it. This is not so much you following me on this. This is you listening to your ankle and your foot. Making that circle, making sure that it feels safe and relatively stable. You can certainly do this in a seated position. Let's go the other way. Circle it around. If that's too much impact, you can, or resistance, you can lift your foot off the floor and circle the ankle around too. 2 and 1. There we go. Okay. We're going to stretch those hip flexors, make it a little bit of a lunge activity also. So if this were the back of my chair, that's where I would hold on. Your right foot's forward and your left foot's behind. If you want to add a little extra weight to the equation, you can hold on to your water bottle in any old way that is easiest for you. Here's my legs in their lunge position. Okay, so you may very well have to adjust this position. So you're going to bend those knees and stand up. And bend, and stand. Keep going. Bend, and up. Bend, and up. Bend, and up. 3, 2, 1. Stay up. Now what I want to do with this pelvis, this hip, is tuck the pelvis under, make the low back a little longer. That back heel is up off of the floor. And I'm just going to correct the posture. Now, by activating that glute, you should feel a stretch here. If not, maybe bend that front leg just a little bit more. Looking out at your horizon. And then we'll shift our weight forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. You can let the arms swing a little bit. Not too much. We don't want to hit anything. And back. 2 and 1. We're going to go to the other side for our lunging. Left foot forward, right foot back. Okay? Staying nice and upright and strong, holding onto your chair. You make that lunge as deep as you need to make it, okay? Or shallow. But notice that the line of movement with my body is straight down and straight up, never forward and back, okay? We don't want to shear that knee. We want to save our knees. Save the trees, save the knees. And up, down, corny, I know. Bend both knees, straighten both. Both knees bend, both legs long. 3. Anybody getting a stretch here? I am. 1 more. And stretch. Stay right here. I'm going to move that back foot forward. Pick up the heel, bend the knee in, and then tuck the tail. And there's my stretch. Awesome. Stay right there for several deep breaths. You can move in and out of that stretch also if that feels better or more productive. Every time you tuck that tail, there's your length. 2 more. Abs are in charge here of keeping that pelvis tilted. Okay, and then we're going to do a little rocking forward and back, forward. You can challenge the balance here by just actually lifting the foot up all the way. 3 more. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Never balance standing on a locked joint, right? Keep those joints nice and soft. I'm going to have to rearrange my setup here because my phone is almost out of battery. So stick with me. Hang on 1 second. We're coming. Gotta plug you in. Okay, so I'm just hoping that the sun doesn't create a terrific glare for the camera, but let's see what we got. 1 second. Very sorry to tip you upside down. And that should do it. Hoping that is plugged in all the way. Sorry about this. Okay, I think we're going to be good there. I didn't even have to move my chair. Ha! Love that. Grab a drink of water. Okay, let's have a seat. Finally, right? We're going to do some really slow, deliberate shoulder presses. So I'm going to hold the water bottle in my right arm, curl it, right hand, curl it up to the shoulder. Now it's your job to really arrange your hips so that you're balanced on either sit bone. You're on the front edge of your chair and you're going to press. Hold it here. Now if that doesn't feel good, keep it down. Maybe today this is your option, okay? Doesn't matter. Pick an option that feels safe and right and that we're not getting cinched up in the neck. All right, so we're going to just start really slow. I want you to press. Let's come down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See where my elbow is? It's kind of pointing out on an angle. It's not way out here nor straight in front. So find a balance as you bend the arm. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Carrying the weight down. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 5 more. The clouds are spectacular out here. 3, 2, 1, and press. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, press. Down. 5, 4. Should be creating some fatigue here on the back of the arm, maybe the top of the shoulder, the front of the shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last one. Down. Slow, controlled, deliberate. Right there. Bring the elbow down. Keep that 90 degrees and open it up to 90. Open to 90. Open to 90. Here we go. Down and up. Let's go. Open Just building some coordination into the practice. Open, close. Let's do 4 more. That'll make about 12 reps with a fairly light weight. 2 and 1 right there. Great. Left arm. Curl the weight up to the shoulder, and we're going to press up, lower down. 5, 4. Remember that angle. 2, 1. It's about 45 degrees. Down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it up. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be slow and deliberate. Maybe go slower if you want more challenge. Or maybe if your weight is heavier, really carry the weight down with the back of the arm, with the front of the shoulder, with the core and the breathing. Remember, never hold your breath when you're lifting. My policy is usually never hold your breath unless you're underwater. Okay? Go ahead, 2 more. Keep the breath open and flowing. It energizes the muscles. We need that. Oxygen. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the elbow. There's your 90 and open and 90. Open and 90. Good. We'll do 4 more or so, and then we'll do the last 6 with our right arm gesturing. Out and open and out. Good. I hope I'm doing this the right way. It may have been the opposite. And nope, it was that. Just checking. Just checking your memory. Open and together and open. One's going sideways, one's going down and up. Can you coordinate those 2? Right brain, left brain. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Fantastic. Bring that down. Go ahead and take a quick sip. Okay. We're going to do some twisting. Arms reach wide. Reorganize on your seat if you want. But the point of feeling the hips now on your chair is that they stay stable, they stay anchored. Palms are facing down. All right, so we're going to just slice through the air very slowly. The arms don't move, okay? What's moving is my rib cage. It's twisting at the waist. I'm going to go as far as I can without taking the hips with me, without shoving the arms past their neutral position. And then I'm going to come back to the front. Okay, we're going to twist to the left now. I want to remember to grow tall through the crown, slide the shoulders down the back. Come back to center. I'm going slowly enough to where I can really find my progress. Twisting, lengthening out through the crown. Keep reaching those arms east-west, even though we just rotated north-south. And center. Oh boy, my legs move. Darn it. I'm trying to not move my legs. Don't move the legs nor the hips. I lost my focus. And then back. I was watching you. And twist. Sit taller. Shoulders slide down the back. Reorient those arms so that they're balanced on the body. And let's twist left. Rib cage, shoulders follow. Can you go any farther? And then back to center. Let the arms float down. Wow, building some heat on those shoulders. Let's go back to the legs, shall we? So what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm just going to barely stand up. I'm going to pitch my weight forward just a little, and now I'm off the chair, but I'm balanced on my legs. And maybe this is a better hold position for you. But wherever you decide to hold that squat, I want you to press your legs out into your hands, just enough. Not so much that the feet tip, okay? Keep your feet flat on the floor, but enough so that you really feel, okay, yeah, I'm working outer hip and thigh here. Then I'm gonna stand up straight and tall. I'm gonna shift side to side 2 more times, 1 and 2. Get your feet planted. Sit back down nice and slowly. Keep pressing those outer hips and thighs. out to the sides and sit. So let's pitch forward and stop. Here we are, we're hovering. Remember, your hover can be higher, but just take some deep breaths. Relax the shoulders, chest is proud. You're looking straight out in front of you. If this hurts your knees, clearly this is not the exercise for you, okay? So you could sit and do some leg extensions. You could stand up here with us, squeeze the bum, and shift your weight. Right, left, right, left. Stop here. Sit the hips back, bend the knees, and make your lunar landing right over your chair. There we go. We're gonna go forward and stop. Stay here. You can play with the lever load. So here's my arms. They're gonna reach out. That's a lot more load. Make sure the hips are still back over your chair. They didn't slide forward. Abs are pulling up and in. We're slowly gonna rise up and shift right, left, right, left. Find your center again. Make sure the chair is still close to you. And we're gonna shift the hips back, bend the knees. Here we go, down and down, all the way, lunar landing, total control, full conversation. Pitch forward and hold. We're hovering. Stay here for a few deep breaths. As it's snowing birch seeds, sometimes we get a little snow flurry back here. Okay, we're gonna stand up. Keep pressing those hips and thighs out, out, out. Now squeeze the bum, wrap the thighs around to the back, and shift weight. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do one more full set. Here we go. Sit back first through the hips. Bend the legs. The knees are wide. There we go. Lunar landing, pitch forward and hover. Relax the shoulders. Sternum. Breath is open. Get comfortable. Hips back. You might feel a little more weight in your heels than in your toes. That's okay. Let's stand up, up. Squeeze the bum. Shift your weight right, left, right, and left. So that's a lot of tension around those hip joints. Let's do a little bit of hip release. Plant your right toes to the floor in front of you, and then lighten up, soften up. That's just there so that you can pivot. Okay, I don't want to grind. I'm not trying to smush anything down into the floor here. All I want is that light touch on the floor and pivot, pivot. Notice that my hips aren't going with me, nor is my body. I don't want to torque my knee, so I'm just going to rotate this thigh bone inwards, outwards, hands on hips. Yeah, I'm feeling all these muscles get pulled different directions so that they begin to move and release. So mentally, I want you to let go right there, let go right there. Keep it softer. Heavy. 3 and 2 and 1. Right there. Shake it out. Okay. Let's balance on the right foot and do the same pivoting. Light touch, left toes on the floor. Just a light touch though. Just light enough so that we can pivot inwards and out. Now, I just caught my posture in the shot. I don't want to slide out into that hip joint. I want to pull it up and under me so that it's really solid. Glute is active, but not gripping, right? It's just a subtle activation there. Out, in, out. Can you tell which hip is tighter? A little tricky to sense actually today. Typically this one. You may have one side that's tighter, and it just takes a little more convincing, a little more nudging to get it to twist correctly and completely. Oh, how can that battery be low? I just plugged you in. Go ahead and rest. Grab a sip of water. I'm not sure why that. I'm just going to rearrange this one really quickly. Again, I'm going to have to take the face off so I get a solid plug in. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to plug that in a little better. Hopefully that sticks. Alrighty, there's our chair. Let's do a little more upper body work now. Okay, so we're going to talk about some push-ups. Yay. A couple ways of doing this today. So, you got your chair in front of you. Last week we did it on the wall, and that was fun. But today we'll start on the chair, and then we'll move to the wall. Okay, so here's your chair. If you've got an opportunity to place your hands on the back edge and let your fingers fall over, you could approach this where your chair back is on one side of you. Okay, but this is going to take some strain off of your wrists. So the feet are right underneath your hips. Now your arms, I want to show you this here real quickly. See how you can twist your arm bones? You're not moving your hands, you're just twisting the arm bones in and out. Notice where your elbows point out to the sides and then they aim back towards you. This is where we want to be, okay? So the elbows are aiming back so that when you bend your elbows, they're still pointing back towards your thighs. And then you're pressing up rather than out here. Okay, that's the difference. Now, we want to find that neutral spinal posture and maintain it. Bending the elbows, push away. Feel free to bend your knees, because this is not about stretching your hamstrings right now. It's about strengthening your triceps and shoulders. And push. Bend gently down. Exhale, push. Gently down. Softly bending. Push. Feeling that. You get to decide how much weight bearing is in the arms and hands here. So make sure, maybe you require a fist today. That's okay too. And push. And bend. And push. 3 more. Maybe you want to put more weight on your feet. Maybe this is getting too heavy on the arms. Lighten it up. Or shift more weight to your hands. And really push. Step up and off. Right there. Good. Shake those hands out. Let's take the right elbow up, out in front of us. Hold here. I'm trying to reach my fingertips down my spine. You can hold here from the front. Reach around. I know I do this probably every time we meet, but it is really quality stuff. Keeping those shoulders supple and open, breathing deeply. Take in the air. Release. One more time. Big deep breath. Exhale. Gently let go. Bring the arm down. Shake it out. Step wide and let the arm just swing across, right to left. The arm is heavy. There's no tension here in the shoulder. I'm just letting it swing with momentum by shifting my weight from my right foot to my left foot, side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Okay, left side. Elbow support from underneath. Okay, you can just kind of creep up and or reach around. Take some deep breaths here for that stretch. Breathing, activating the exchange of air. Full inhale, ribs flare, exhale. Then they funnel down and around your waist. 3 more. Can you reach those fingertips further down your spine? No press, just a little suggestion. 1 more deep breath. There we go, letting go. And shaking it out. Step wide again. Let's swing that arm with momentum just across, right and left. Shift your weight foot to foot. Not a bad day here in Eugene, is it? It's pretty darn nice. Across, across, across. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Okay, good. We're going to do a little bit more balance work. So we did a little, you know what? Let's balance on the right leg. I was going to say we did a variation of this, but we haven't yet. So always remember, use your chair back to help you balance from standing. What we'll do is start with a tap front, tap back. Notice that my body is pivoting on that right thigh bone, okay? So I'm going to tip and tip. This is me pretending to hold on to my chair back. If you don't need it, don't use it. But swing the arms then. Now I'm going to lose the floor and tap. Lose the floor and tap. Now if your right hip is grinding, and this is a very unhappy thing, then don't put all your weight on that leg. You can continue to tap and tap, kind of trading places with the weight bearing. Knee and reach. Now, if you feel like it, you can reach, whoops, either loose the floor behind you or in front, or both. 3 more. 2, 1, and together. Good. Let's try the other side. This time I'll balance on my left facing you. Okay, we'll start with a heel and a toe. Remember, you can always hold on to a chair here. You can turn around if you need to. Find that chair back, or find a wall, something to hold on to. Notice that we're pivoting on this thigh bone. Pivot the pelvis forward and back. Okay, we're going to lose the floor in front and tap behind and lift. And reach, and up, and reach, and up. Now I'm going to lose the floor behind and in front. Whoa, up. Not sure if I'm ready for this, but here we go. Ready or not, reach, up, reach, and stay with it. Reach, and up. Squeeze the glutes. Come on, reach with me. 3, whoopsie. 2, 1. Lots of good weight bearing on that leg. Fantastic. Set the feet out a little bit wider. I want you to place your hands right where the leg attaches to the body, or to the pelvis more specifically. Feel all those tendons can kind of shift right and left. Things get tighter and pulled in different directions. Now you're just going to start your swivel. Take the hips around in a circle. Don't watch me. I want you to just listen through your hands. Feel the stretch that occurs around those joints. Pretty great. Let's go the other way. Stir the hips around. Now the slower you go, the more information you're going to get, right? We don't want it to be a blur. We want it to be pretty defined. The slower you go, the more information you get. Isn't that so true about most things? Gather that information. Which side is tighter when you go to one side? Is it that side? Or is it that side? Yep, bingo, found it. Is it more when you reach back with the hip to the side, or to the front with the hip? Excuse me. Oh boy, I hope that happens, right? Stirring the hips around. Is it forward? Is it side? Or is it back? Sorry, Rudy Giuliani comes to mind. We're gonna go. And we're going to stand up straight and tall. Let's bring the feet together. Good, we needed a good laugh today, didn't we? We're gonna reach up and out. and down. Now, when I reached up and out, notice that I lifted the front ribs, I lifted the sternum, but I kept the low back stable. Let's try it again. When you reach the arms up and out, look up at the sky, not too high, and then down. Maybe let's just look at the mountaintop. Look up, lift the ribs, lift the sternum, but keep this neutral, okay? We got that. That's thoracic spine extension. If that hurts your back, don't do it, okay? One more time. Lift up and open. And down. And in. Ha! We're going to stand with the hands, palms facing the front, and then turn the head and neck. Ah, my neck feels better. Yay. I think it was that arm swing that really helped. Shake that up and let it go. 4, 3, don't move your shoulders, don't move your body. 2, and 1, and nods down. And look up. That still feels a little gnarly, but I'll do some more specific stretching for that. Don't you worry. One more nod. Gosh, those clouds are amazing. I encourage you to go outside and check out the clouds today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will not be here this Thursday, but I trust that you will do something. Maybe look up a prior edition, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.